Are you sticking to familiar? Okay, what's good, young blessings? It's your girl and welcome back to another blessed type video. Y'all saw what I did there. Y'all saw me. We got a new intro, y'all. We gonna do a little spicy. We gonna do something a little different. You feel me? Now y'all blessings. Now we bless. Y'all get it? Anyways, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a minute, not too long. I think my last video was the vlog. If you haven't checked out the vlog that my best friend and I took to Texas, make sure you go check that video out first and then come back and let's get into the glory of God. First of all, before we even get into this video, don't forget to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and turn on those post notifications so you know when your girl posts another video, because why not be blessed together, right? Right. All right, so you guys got it up close and personal. Today it's just a sit down and chat video. This is going to be one of the first of many videos that transforms the channel so that we can, lead a more godly life, have a more spiritual journey, and also come along with me as I go through my spiritual journey, the many ups and downs, the flaws, the imperfections, but the effort and the faith that comes with it, just growing from old videos to now, and just putting life together, honestly, is the best way that I could put that. It's time to get it together, y'all. We in 2022. Your girl is an age close to 30. Not saying that my age defines where my position should be in life, but doesn't mean I should be just chilling, slacking, and packing in the wrong ways. Anyways, let's get to the point of this video, because y'all know I could talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. The title, as you can see from this video, is going to be, Can I Still Have Fun While Following Jesus? And the reason why this video was placed in my heart was because for a long time I believed that I couldn't enjoy life the way that I used to back in my sinful days, or the ways that I was living for the world, and have fun, just because you have to cut out things that the world considers fun today, like smoking and drinking and clubbing and all that other stuff. Don't get me wrong, those were fun times in the moment, but we also know that the word says that you could be laughing and having fun, but that path can still lead to death or lead to sin. So it's not a little too dark, but it's the truth at the end of the day. You could be having a blast where you are right now and everything seems perfect, but at the end of the day, your soul is still not intact. Your presence, God's presence in your life is still wavering. And honestly, it's just no peace in it, despite that you might be having fun in the moment. And I think that's one of the hardest things that I had to learn, was like being comfortable living in my sin doesn't mean I experienced peace. And now I'd rather experience peace than temporary fun and gratification from things that I know weren't of God. So, you see, y'all, I started talking again, and I told y'all I wasn't going to be talking like that, but it's okay. Can you have fun and still follow God's will? And the honest answer to that is 100% yes, y'all. I realize that there's so many different ways to have fun and still be in the glory of God, still following his word, still following the path that he has, and still living my best life. Like, I realize, y'all, it's way more lit living a life worthy of God than living for the world and coming home soaking in my own despair, soaking in my own sin, and just having all this dirt and grime on me because I know I shouldn't be doing something that God never put in my life to do. Anyways, let's get into it. That was pretty good, right? Right, Jesus? All right, so one of the best foundations that I learned worked for me, where I could still have fun and follow God without going back to my sinful ways, was finding out who I am. What are my passions? What are things that I like to do? How do I step outside of my comfort box? Who is Anna? And I think that's going to take some self-evaluation. That's going to take knowing the matters of your heart. That's going to take evaluating your heart. What is in your heart that's hindering you right now from following the path of God and allowing you to believe that what you're doing right now, whether it's, an addiction to drugs or an addiction to pornography, that's stopping you from finding the grace of God and who you really are, and finding passions in this world, not of the world, but in this world, that can lead you closer to God while you are still enjoying all of you and all of God's glory. So I'm going to use myself as an example because I just think that's easiest. I had to sit and I had to really evaluate myself and spend time in God's presence and ask, who am I? Because I was so much in this world, just doing things that the world told me I needed to do at my age. You're in your 20s, you're young, go live life. And to me, what I saw from social media, from friends, from, just everyone out there was like, I had to be out there in the clubs to be having fun. I had to be drinking to have fun. I had to be doing blase to be having fun. And that just wasn't the case, honestly. I didn't know who I was, and I I think the first step that you have to take is that you have to know who you are. And I mean really know who you are. This is not something that takes a day or a week or maybe even a year, because we have so much trauma embedded. We have so much world values embedded, culture values embedded, that we really don't know who we are in ourselves and in God, that we're just so, there's just so many pieces of us everywhere. So the first step to learning how to have fun while also following God is finding out who you are. Who did God made you to be? Who did Jesus die for? He didn't die for someone who was out here trying to follow the world, but he lived for somebody who was trying to follow his path. So who are you? What are your passions? You like skating, you like reading, you like writing, you like drawing. Who are you? That's the first step that you gotta take to figure out how I can have fun. Second, are you stuck inside of a box? You know how I would say think outside the box, do this outside the box. Where are you in your box? Are you leaning to things that are familiar to you? Are you leaning to things that make you comfortable? Are you leaning to things that give you temporary satisfaction because you'll know that you're gonna get some type of satisfaction from it? That's another thing you gotta figure out. Where are you right now? Because one thing that I know I have to learn, and I'm still learning and I'm still having trouble with, is finding out who I am. Am I still leaning to things that make me comfortable? Am I still out here doing things because I know I'll get some type of feeling from it, rather than not doing anything and feeling bland, if that makes sense? Is the reason why you still feel like, you know, if your friends invite you for a club night out, that the reason you're going is because it's something to do on a Saturday night, rather than laying at home probably reading the word or praying to God or doing praise and worship because it's uncomfortable. The second thing you have to ask yourself is really, where am I? Where am I in this world, and where am I in God? Am I more for the world or am I more for God? You understand? Like, and I think that's been pretty hard for me, not because I want to do things of this world. Honestly, I'm a homebody, and the home is where I live, the home is where I want to be, but that's also kind of a hindrance to me and my growth, because if I don't get out there and figure out what's out there for me, then I'm kind of hindering myself. I'm stopping myself from experiencing the many, many things, the many, many joys, the many, many wonders that, you know, God put on this earth. And that's just me. I'm just a little awkward. I prefer to be by myself, but I know one of the things that I do want is to be able to experience new things, you know, with friends, meet new people who introduce me to new things, new passions that I never know. And I can't be stuck in my old ways. I can't be stuck in comfort, because if I'm stuck in comfort, then there might be something that God has to me that makes me uncomfortable, and I'm not prepared for it inside and out, because I don't allow myself to step outside of my comfort shoes. And so the question is, to put you on point, we get a little closer, the question is, where are you? Are you sticking to familiarity? Are you sticking to familiarity? Are you sticking to familiarity?
Hour later.
Are you sticking to comfort, or are you allowing yourself to experience things outside of your comfort box so that you may experience God's glory in different ways? Okay. The third thing is to go out and just do it. It kind of touches on the second thing. Now, once you figure out where you are, if you've been in comfort, or if you have an open heart to being uncomfortable, now go do it. If you enjoy reading, then look up some book clubs. I know there's a lot of apps out there. One app that I'll probably leave in the description box or put it somewhere on the screen is Meetup. Of course, you know, I would advise to make sure this is a safe environment to pray about it, to make sure that, you know, you do have the go ahead to do that. I've personally looked through it for some of my passions, and there's been a couple of things that have popped up. There's been a couple of things that I actually thought I'd be interested in. Again, I haven't yet stepped outside the comfort box to like meet new people, be around people I've never been around, and doing those things, but I'm gonna get the courage, y'all. We'll get there. But yeah, so if you guys like reading, I would suggest looking at book clubs, or even starting a book club of your own, putting it out there on social media, or starting off by inviting a group of friends that you may already have who enjoy reading as well. And that's something you guys can do together. You never know. You might be finding out different things about your friends that you never knew were there. So just do it. You know, we tend to hold off our blessing because we're so stuck in our own heads, so stuck in the what ifs. What if this doesn't work out? What if this happens? And honestly, what if you don't do it and you miss out? That's the real question you gotta ask on it. What am I holding myself back from? Because I don't want to just do it because it's uncomfortable, because I'm this and I'm that. What are you telling yourself about yourself that's also hindering you from experiencing all of God's glory, all of God's blessings, all God's promises to you. So just do it. If there's something that you're passionate about and you know that you've been wanting to do for so long, but you've been talking yourself out of it for so long, just do it. And that first step is literally the best step, because once you get over that first step, then you know that you can do everything else. And I would always encourage to not do this alone. If this is something you know you can do alone or you want to do alone, then I would just say pray about it, because at the end of the day, you are never alone. Jesus is always with you. But if you feel like this is something you want to start off with a close friend or somebody that you just can confide in, then, you know, ask them to come along. If you find a group of people who are interested in things that you are and they have a meetup, or, you know, you guys are starting something, bring somebody along who you know that will pray about it with you, will support you, and will help you experience the peace in it. Just do it, y'all. Just do it. The fourth thing is to be open-minded. And I say this because it goes back to the whole comfort thing. It might be something that you see and you're interested in, but it's like, I've never done that before. And you are telling yourself that it's a no because you've never done it before, or it's a no because it seems chaotic, it seems out of the norms. And you'll be surprised how many things that the Holy Spirit will put in your spirit that makes absolutely no sense, that has nothing to do with you, but is for you, because it's supposed to lead you onto something bigger than for you, bigger than you need to understand, but you need to do it. So be open-minded. There are a lot of things. I think we're also closed-minded at the possibilities that surround us. I think we don't get to really explore where we are, wherever you may live. Like, I know I live in Miami, and I probably don't know half the things, the wonders that exist here. I've only stayed in one spot because, honestly, this is what I know. This is my comfort spot. Like, you know, I know a couple museums, I know a couple little secret places, but I think there's so much more for me to explore. I know I'll be more open-minded, experiencing those different wonders, and I might find something new that I'm passionate about that I never allowed myself to experience, because I never allowed myself to even go that far. That's why I said we're really limiting ourselves, and we're really limiting God and what he can do through us, because we want to stay in our comfort zone. Y'all have to get out that comfort zone. No matter what, you gotta get out of it, because that's really hindering you, and that's really hindering God. So be open-minded. There are so many things out there. I just think we're mad lazy. Like, we are mad lazy. We're not willing to look for things. We're not willing to do the work for things. And honestly, because in certain situations I've allowed myself to be open-minded, I've gotten to go to revivals, Christian concert, things that I have never really known existed like that. And I mean, you would think that that's something that people would know about, but I honestly didn't. And because, you know, I allowed myself to be out there, allowed myself to meet different people, allowed myself to be open to the endless possibilities, you know, I found out about Christian concerts. I found out that honestly, just taking some time in a quiet place, such as a park, or even going to the beach by myself, those are things that you can find peace in, and you still have fun. Because honestly, I have a lot of fun in God's presence. Me and Jesus be talking it up, and the tea is spilled in a way where I'm not gossiping, you know, to others, but I'm venting to God. I'm talking to Jesus. We are building that connection. I'm drawing closer to him, and I just feel so much better. And honestly, just me by myself in a place that I've never been before, or, you know, taking a walk, going for a swim, things that I haven't done like back in my youth days, that I have more peace, more pleasure in it, because I know I'm in God's presence. Honestly, I think that's the best feeling one can experience after going through so much in the world, that you just got to be with yourself. So be open-minded. Just do it, you guys. Find out who you are, because if you don't know who you are, you will never be able to find the God in you. You'll never be able to find your gifts. You'll never really be able to be at peace with yourself, and that's always going to be something that lingers in your spirit. It's going to be a burden, and Jesus didn't give you no burdens, y'all. He took it upon himself to remove that burden from you. So he already promised that abundance life. So what are you doing now that's hindering you or stopping you from living the abundant life that you were promised? That's all I have for this video. If you guys want a part 2 as far as how you can have fun while still living in God's glory, still following God's path, go ahead and leave that in the comment box below. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and turn on those post notifications. Peace out, young blessings.